Hey guys, it's CrystalRenèe here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking all about my ups and downs I've had with my Monstera Thai Constellation. If you're interested, then stay tuned. So a year ago, I received my beautiful Monstera Thai Constellation. She had nice large leaves with fenestration, and she was beautiful, but on the downside she came with spider mites, so I had to treat her right away. Now I did post a video on this about a year ago, so if you want to check that out, you can click it in the right corner tab up above. Now after treating her, I was relieved to see that I had solved the issue and spider mites was no longer a threat. I went ahead and potted her up in the beautiful pot that I wanted her to be in. She was gorgeous and she did well for me. For a very long time, she gave me a new leaf or two, and then something called pregnancy happened to me. I do have a video on that as well. You can click the link up above. But yeah, I got really sick in my first trimester of pregnancy, and sadly, a lot of my plants either got sick or lost their lives due to the fact that I couldn't care for them the way that they needed to be cared for. And unfortunately, my Monstera Thai Constellation was one of those plants. So, yeah. Now, sadly, I don't have any footage of when she went downhill because, like I said, I was so ill that I couldn't do anything. Didn't even have the strength to get up and do a video or take a photo of what she was looking like. But while I explain, I'm just gonna show you guys this footage I do have of her when she was beautiful. Okay, so I slowly started to see her stem starting to rot. So I wasn't sure if she had root rot or whatever was going on. So I did go ahead and unpot her to check those roots to see what was exactly going on. Now, the roots looked okay. It didn't look like it was anything needed. So I'm starting to think she was a little bit too close to the humidifier and she was getting a little bit too much water on her stems, which I believe was causing the rot. So after noticing that, I just went on ahead and I thought, if I'm going to lose my plant, I'm going to try to at least save it because this is the most expensive plant in my collection. So I went on ahead and chopped her in two. Each part had its own set of roots. I went on ahead and potted them both up back into soil, thinking that that was going to survive. But after a week of noticing that the leaves were just declining, they were yellowing, I decided to uproot it and go ahead and place it in some water with Super Thrive. Now that actually worked. Both portions of the plant start pushing out new leaves, and I was so happy because I thought, yes, I didn't kill my plant, and two, now I have two of them instead of one. So I was very stoked about that. Now, after some time of being in the water in Leca, the plants grew and grew and grew. Both of them did. And I thought it was about time to convert them back into soil. I'm not sure if that was the best idea because the largest one out of the two started to decline very quickly after converting back into soil. The two new leaves that were emerging both stopped growing and started to brown. The top leaf also started to yellow and crisp around the edges. And it seemed as if the plant was drying out a lot quicker than before. I was watering correctly, but the plant just hated the soil. Now I'm at a place where I think I need to revert her back into water with the Super Thrive. And I'm also considering chopping her up once again because she does have sections where she can be cut maybe once or twice again. And because she's declining already, why not? So, yeah, it's a lot to think about. But on the other hand, the second plant that I said was actually thriving is doing a lot better. As you can see, she's not showing any signs of distress. She's actually in the process of unfurling a new leaf, but I do keep her inside of my small little greenhouse that I purchased from IKEA. So maybe that's the reason why she's staying more healthy, I should say. But yeah, other than that, there is no difference. I didn't use any other different type of soil. I didn't do anything different that I'd done to the other one besides have her inside of that little greenhouse. So, that should say a lot. So, I'm going to continue to grow her inside the greenhouse until she no longer fits. And hopefully she continues to grow and get as large as she was when I first purchased her. But as far as the largest one you see to the right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, probably chop her up once again and see what I can get out of that. I don't know. You guys keep your fingers crossed. If you have any tips for me, please leave them in the comments below. Now, I was going to wait to do this, but I decided to go ahead and chop this baby up and put the footage in this video. So, I went on ahead and uprooted her from the soil that she was in. And take a look at these roots. They are damaged, root rot. Yeah, that is exactly what was going on. The roots were starting to rot. And I don't know if it's because I was giving it too much water in the beginning, thinking that the roots needed to be well saturated when first going into soil, and I just overdid it. Maybe that was the case. But yeah, that's definitely a sign of root rot. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and I'm going to rinse those roots off. And this is what they're looking like now. After rinsing and removing some of the rot from the roots, this is what I'm left with. I think I'm going to take 2 cuts from her and see what I end up with. This is the first cut. I cut it. It was a clean cut. It has roots on it already. This was the top portion of the plant. And hopefully it does something, guys. I don't know. But we will see. I'm just not too sure. Now, this is the base portion of the plant. It has most of the roots attached to it. So hopefully this portion does a lot better than the others. I hope they all do well, but I'm betting on this portion because it has most of the root still attached to it. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, this last portion I just decided to remove from the side because it had its own little piece of root on it. It was kind of snapped at the base. I don't know if you can see that. And the new leaf that was emerging is pretty much dead. So I don't know how this portion is going to do, but we're going to hope for the best. So if out of all 3, I think this one is the one that I should worry about the most. The other 2, I kind of have high hopes for those 2 just because they have a larger root section, but we shall see. Now I'm going to go ahead and place these cuttings into this glass vase. I'm not going to add water right away because I want them to callus over. Then I'm going to add the water and super thrive. Well, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And as I always say, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. Hey, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. And until next time, happy growing.